All right, guys, George here. So today we are going to discuss what to think about, what steps to take, and common pitfalls in forming an LLC. We'll also talk about some of the items that you can put in place to avoid some of these pitfalls, okay? First, let's jump into the steps in forming an LLC. First, you obviously want to choose a state. This is very important because based on what you want the entity to do for you, every state offers laws that are different from the next, and some may be more advantageous than the others. For example, if it's important to keep ownership information anonymous, or if there is a high risk of future litigation, or if a portion of income or a large portion of your income will be from intellectual property such as trademarks, then Delaware may be a great state to incorporate your LLC. If any of these questions are a no, then it's probably advisable to just incorporate in the state that the business is located in. Okay, so just be up on not only the entity and what you want it to do for you, but also be aware of the state laws that the business resides in or that you wish to do business in. Second is choose a name. Obviously, you can get very creative with names, but you never know. So it's always safe to check to avoid any infringements on any other entity. You can visit USPTO trademark search for any issues with name securitization there. Next, if you're forming an LLC, you are required to have a registered agent. So for example, if you are in Georgia and you're incorporating in Delaware, then you would need to find a registered agent in Delaware. There are a number of registered agent services as well as law offices that provide these services to search for a registered agent in the state that your business will be operating in, okay? Fourth is prepare an LLC operating agreement. This could also include a founder's agreement that not only talks about how the business will be managed, but also just the tasks that the executives and so forth will play, what roles they will play in your LLC. So this is very important to have. And last but not least, you file your LLC in your state. Okay, so filing fees will vary across the US. So if you are operating businesses within multiple states, then you more than likely will have to have a certificate of good standing to register your business to do business in other states. And you also want to apply for an EIN number right at irs.gov, okay? So let's talk about the most common pitfalls when forming an LLC. First is not knowing what you want the entity to provide for you. For example, if you favor liability protection, reduce paperwork and formality, an LLC might be the best entity. S Corp offers a pass-through entity for federal taxes, and C Corps file their own tax reports. So just knowing what you want the entity to provide for you can steer you in one direction or another on which entity that may be most suitable for your needs. Number two is not incorporating in the right state. Obviously, many businesses, they incorporate in Nevada and Delaware due to the flexibility and tax benefits that are offered in these states. However, the benefits are really only for bigger companies. And if you have 5 or fewer members or shareholders, then it's more than likely best to incorporate the state where the business is located. Number 3 is not having a proper business license when incorporating. So if you're going to own a business at some point, you're going to have some formal federal, state, or local licenses. So you want to make sure do your due diligence on what license that you need for your business, if any, when starting to incorporate your LLC. And final, what steps to take to avoid some of these most common pitfalls. Number 1 is just be cognizant of all state and federal laws when forming an LLC. Number 2 is search name and trademarks via USPTO to ensure you're not infringing on some other entity. Number 3, if you have a partner or multiple partners within your LLC or business, make sure you have written agreements for all arrangements regarding managing and running the business. And the most often is we see friends and families that are coming in business together and they bypass the step, which is a no-no. You still, even if it's your friends and family, you want to have written arrangements in place, okay? And that's even not only owning and running the business, but just the managing portion as well. And last but not least, it's always advisable to seek the counsel of a licensed attorney in your state and a CPA, okay? So I hope this helps and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.